The entire tri-state remains under flood watches, in fact, until Monday morning. That's because we've got some more showers and thunderstorms trying to fire off north and west of Cincinnati. You see that in the radar image in the bottom right corner of your screen. Let's talk about these flood warnings, though, which my monitor is conveniently hiding right now. Parts of Robertson, Mason counties had a lot of rain moving through that neck of the woods. It's also a very low-lying area, and so that's where we have these flood warnings. We had them issued a little over an hour ago, and these are in effect until 9:15 tonight, so you're like, oh, that's about 3 hours from now. This is a very long window, and it's normal to see these flood warnings issued like this because we are still seeing heavy amounts of rain upstream of the Ohio River, so that's just automatically going to be traveling down towards this flood-prone zone. So, flood watch is in effect till Monday morning. That's because we got more rain on the way. Flood warnings in effect for parts of Robertson and southern Mason counties down there in northern Kentucky until 9:15 tonight. Back to the radar image because we have some showers popping off north and west of Cincinnati. This is where we have yet to see a good amount of rain moving through the tri-state today. We had a good amount moving through northern Butler, Warren, and Clinton counties before we had some showers and storms popping up on radar south of the Ohio River that created the heaviest rainfall that we've seen today in parts of northern Kentucky. I'll show you those rainfall totals here in just a second. No lightning with this little shower. I mean, at this point, it's a downpour moving through Brookville in Franklin County up in southeastern Indiana. It's traveling at a pretty good speed southeast, about 40 miles per hour, and this hasn't shown signs of weakening. It's only strengthened in the last few radar loops, but it hasn't gotten out of control. Just a downpour moving through right now. Most of us have returned to steamy sunshine. You can see there most of the clouds taking the rain with it south and east of Cincinnati, whereas right now here in the metro, things have calmed down a great deal. Let's see if we can take you outside to Newport and the Levee, looking north towards downtown. Yeah, steamy sunshine is the name of the game this evening. 79, so steamy. I use that very loosely. It's because we got the humidity playing a little bit of a factor. And also, the sun can do its own works of magic, especially this time of year, right? So once again, we did have some areas that didn't receive any rain at all today, kind of like yesterday, except I think today had a little bit more coverage. It's more than likely that you got the rain today compared to yesterday. So Maysville is where I saw the highest rainfall totals. See, these are not including viewer submitted reports. These are just exclusively what the airport sensors have indicated and the Kentucky Mesonet. And over an inch reported there in Maysville, Kentucky. The Lunken Airport less than an inch. Wilmington, Ohio, 3/4 of an inch. And of course, I'm hoping to get more data in as we get a little bit away from said events. But of course, these numbers are going to change coming in later on tonight, and that's because we're not done with the showers and storms. There is still a small window of opportunity for these to produce something strong to severe. We've only had flood warnings issued for this entire weekend. Both days first alert weather days, both days because of the flooding and a smaller risk for severe weather. We're still watching for a couple of these late evening showers and storms to produce some stronger winds, but I think this risk level, now that we've gotten through round one, is most certainly declining. But of course, I just want to let people know that we're still technically under that risk. So here's what I'm seeing in your first alert forecast model for tonight. Here's where we're at right now. This model's doing a great job saying south and east is where the heaviest rain is right now at 6 o'clock, and we're starting to see some speckles of showers popping up north and west of Cincinnati. Here's 7. We're tracking hour by hour. This is to 8 o'clock. Notice some of those showers and storms starting to intensify once again. So this is where some downpours come into play, frequent lightning, and then also the off chance that this could turn severe with those wind gusts and a little bit of hail. But I think this is mainly just a rainmaker. Here's 9. Here's 10, moving into 11 o'clock. If you notice the pattern here, the heaviest rain moving through your evening is going to be west of Cincinnati. If you're tuning in east out towards Hillsborough, Lebanon, Wilmington, along 71 towards Columbus, most of the rain that you're seeing today, or at least the heaviest rain that you've seen today, is done. You just have some showers and storms on the horizon for overnight into your Monday. Then, of course, as night falls completely, so do those storm chances. But, of course, the rain, just with how humid it is, until we're actually able to get the cold front kicking out all this moisture, I think we'll still see a little bit of an active radar image, depending on how early you wake up. Here's what 6 o'clock is going to look like tomorrow morning. If you're traveling along 71 down towards Louisville, maybe some active weather to wake up to tomorrow, but I think most of us for the morning commute still looking dry, just a little bit of pooling out there, especially in the low-lying areas with poor drainage and puddles out there on the roads as well. Just something to be mindful of. Now we get into your Monday. There is the smallest chance of some of these stray pop-up showers just on the back side of this bigger weather maker for today, but that chance is continuing to decline as that cooler, drier air pushes on through. So remember when I said heaviest rainfall for those north and east of Cincinnati towards Loveland, Wilmington, Lebanon, Hillsborough. Heaviest rain for you guys is done, but you can still expect the chance of maybe about 1/4 of an inch, give or take. But heaviest rain moving through your Sunday evening and overnight into Monday. It's going to be south and west of Cincinnati, down towards Warsaw, Dry Ridge, and Johnson. The red that you see there and the little bit of orange, that indicates several inches of rain possible. I think most of us are going to stay around a little less than 2 inches with this one, but just depending on where those more powerful showers and thunderstorms are able to be produced, if it happens right overhead. Also, speed comes into play. If we see these showers and storms slow down with the night falling, which is pretty normal, then of course we will see a little bit more of those heavier rainfall totals. All right, so talking a little bit more about the numbers for today. We talked so much about the rainfall numbers, but the temperature was right on the nose for normal, 86. It felt a little bit closer to 90 with the factoring in the humidity. Temperatures right now a little bit rain cooled in spots where we haven't had a long period of rain, for lack of a better term, where we've seen a little less rain recently. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, it's warmer where it's been drier. 84 in Batesville, 82 up in Middletown and Hamilton, as well as Lebanon, whereas where the rain is just now starting to leave the area down in parts of Adams, Brown, Lewis, Mason counties, where we have that flood warning, we're still in the middle 70s down that direction. Might be able to rebound a little bit on the heels of some of those showers and storms, but we're starting to get later into the evening. It won't pose too much of an impact to your plans, at least compared to the rain that we had moving through. And moving through your week, those temperatures are going to quickly become the big weather story, because by tomorrow, this time tomorrow, we're going to be more dry than not, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all looking incredibly dry across the tri-state area outside of a few pop-up opportunities on Thursday afternoon, and that comes in with increasing humidity. Leads me into this right here, which is the air temperature versus the heat index. And if you're unfamiliar with how this graphic works, I designed it to where it shows both the air temperature, which is the bottom line, so that's what your First Alert weather app as well as your thermometer are going to read. But as soon as you step outside, it's going to feel like the top line, which is the heat index, the feels like temperature. That's the air temperature plus the effect of humidity weighing down on you. And so it's perhaps a little bit more appropriate to use the heat index if you are working outside. If you have plans outside, you can expect the summer sizzle to be returning as soon as Tuesday afternoon. I think by Wednesday, more of us are going to get closer to that triple-digit mark, 100 degrees or higher. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday, because we're seeing a little bit of storms coming on in, starting especially this weekend on Friday, that's when we're starting to see a little bit of a cap being put on those temperatures. But it's not until we see the cooler, the drier air from a cold front coming on through, and I'm not seeing that in the next 7 days. So once we enter this hot, humid pattern, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to break it. And in the 7-day forecast, we're not going to break it more than likely, unless things change, which they very well could, and we will be sure to let you know if they do. In the short term, the next 24 hours, you're going to notice we go from this stormy pattern, this gross, warm and muggy pattern, to a comfortable or a more comfortable summer pattern this time tomorrow. Spotty chance. That's mainly going to be towards the early afternoon. Now Tuesday, It's a little warmer, 86. It's still it's summer, so that's right on the nose for normal, partly cloudy. And then Wednesday and Thursday, that's when we notice that humidity really surging back into the area. And so 87 feels closer to 100 on Wednesday. 89 feels closer to 105 on Thursday in spots. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's when we see the storm chances increasing as we feed off of that heat and humidity. All of these storm chances are sandwiched right now towards the afternoon into the early evening. You know, those heat of the day, downpours, popping up and then fizzling away. So no washouts in the 7-day forecast as we enter that weekend. The Reds are home, but so are the storm chances, unfortunately. All right, let's see if we have any questions rolling on in. We do have a lot of questions coming on in. Susan's tuning in, had some strong winds and very heavy rains today. And Susan, yeah, a lot of us, especially in parts of southwestern Ohio earlier on today, and then northern Kentucky more recently, we did have some of those stronger thunderstorms moving on through. Nothing severe, but enough for us to see these wind gusts. Radar indicated around 40 to 45 miles per hour. Thanks for tuning in, Susan. Lisa Faye saying nothing in Fairfield Township, had some rain showers and that's it. Yeah, southern Butler County really did not get a whole lot of rain at all, and northern Hamilton County as well. So you guys got your fair share of rain the other day, whereas today you were kind of lucky, but some more showers and storms are on the way for tonight. Quick reminder, let me see if I can show you that radar image at the bottom of my screen. Here we go. So that's where those showers and a few rumbles of thunder are going to be pushing through from the northwest. So Butler County, you're not done. It depends on where you are. So thanks for tuning in, Lisa Faye. I appreciate it. Okay. Jeff saying had a good little rain come through Greenfield, last about 15 or 20 minutes, and that was it, unless it's going to rain again. So Greenfield, if I'm not mistaken, out towards I believe that's a bit closer to Highland County, within Highland County, Jeff. And so that is where we're seeing the least likelihood for some rain into your Sunday evening. At least here locally, it's still possible. Okay. Lisa Faye is saying this weather is crazy. Earlier today, we had some red cells over us, and then boom, it disappeared. I'm going to start watching the trees. They can predict better. Yeah, you go ahead. You can watch the trees all you would like. Yeah, the nature of these showers and storms is that they feed off of the humidity, but as soon as they travel over worked over atmosphere, so maybe some showers and storms moved through yesterday or even some fog early this morning, is all it takes to zap that storm fuel, and therefore you can literally watch these storms fizzle out from right above your head. They lose their height and therefore lose their steam. Okay. Melvin's tuning in. Hi, Erin. Is it going to be raining tomorrow? Parts of us could see some rain tomorrow. I think it's definitely going to be less impactful than today. I think more tomorrow's weather story is about the change from stormy to sunny and then sizzling. Thanks for tuning in. Joel's tuning in. Is there another round of showers coming in tonight? Just tuned in, so I apologize if I missed it. I'm in Wilmington. There is another round of showers coming in right now. You can see them on the bottom left corner of your screen, if I'm looking at this correctly. The bottom left corner of your screen, you can see that Wilmington, these are far west of you by several counties. And like Jeff tuning in from parts of Highland County, Clinton County, very similarly, say that 5 times really fast, you guys are more than likely going to receive the least amount of rain moving through the next 12 hours. It's possible that you get those showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, but the heaviest rain for you guys is done. Okay, Lisa Faye saying, sorry, Erin, I couldn't help it. Much love. Much love to you, Lisa. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, let's go ahead and do one last recap of what the radar looks like right now, because we have seen and been watching some of these showers developing north and west of Cincinnati. That's that round 2 coming on in. And you can see right behind me, this is now a thunderstorm. This is not considered strong or severe at this point in time, but even with the worked over atmosphere, these showers and storms are able to get enough gusto to them. I don't think these are going to go haywire for lack of a better term, but once again, these are strengthening, moving through and closer to parts of very southwestern Butler County, so this barely will clip Hamilton, unless this, of course, grows in size north and east, which it could very well do so. Just have the umbrella at the ready, but as soon as it travels into the area, it will travel right out, and then, of course, these will fall apart as the night falls. But this is moving south and east, probably about 40, 45 miles per hour, so moving faster than yesterday's showers and storms. That's good. That's good. It limits our flooding impacts, at least our flash flooding impacts. So here in Cincinnati, if this holds together, which it's more than likely will, based off of our model data and just how quickly we were able to rebuild a bit of instability here, we can't rule out some additional showers and storms here in Cincinnati. So putting a track on this for everyone, bear with me as I pull up my tool. Again, this is not strong, this is not severe, this is not even warned. This doesn't even have a special weather statement on it. I'm just tracking it because it's the only active shower and storm in the tri-state right now, outside of some showers that are pushing through right along the Ohio River in southern Brown and Adams counties. So here we go. And just for fun, I'm going to bridge the gap between the cells to give a better idea of coverage here, because it looks like these more cells are going to be popping up, but the main one where we have one lightning strike, just one, it's just one, guys. Once again, I'm just tracking this because it's the only one that we have active right now. So that's going to be heading towards Colerain, closer to about 6:40 this afternoon. Burlington, so that's getting closer to Cincinnati, Kentucky International Airport, parts of Boone County, closer to 6:50. And then Cincinnati, if this holds together, it'll still be here within the hour, closer to about 7 o'clock. So once again, this is not strong, this is not severe, it is just a thunderstorm that I felt like giving you that first alert to. So putting a loop on it, we've just watched this guy strengthen a little bit over the last 10 minutes or so, I guess 20 minutes since I've been here on our live stream, or almost 20, but just a couple of those downpours. That is the second round of showers and storms moving into the late evening that we're going to be monitoring pretty closely. Once again, more than likely, the heaviest rain is going to be west of Cincinnati, south and west of Cincinnati, but rain is still possible everywhere else. It's just more than likely that the heaviest rain for you guys has already passed, which is good if you have any late evening plans tonight. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. If you can't tell, I am losing my voice a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and address some questions before I hop off of here. Erica, flooded pretty bad here in Ripley, Ohio. Yeah, Ripley, Ohio, not up in Ripley County, Indiana, don't get it twisted. So that's very southern Brown County. It's not showing up here. Where is it? Am I missing it? Why did I think it was down here? Hold on. Oh, there it is. There's South Ripley. I don't know why that showed up as South Ripley, but you saw where it was. That is where I noticed the heaviest rain moving through earlier. You guys weren't warned, but right on the edge of the northern edge of Mason County, northern Kentucky side of the Ohio River, and Brown County up in Ohio, of course, that's where we saw radar indicated over 5 inches of rain. No warnings with this one, but yeah, absolutely, Erica. I had my eyes on that there for a while. Lots of people asking about their respective locations, and we have that Fox 19 First Alert weather app so that you guys can have that radar in the palm of your hand, but also I've zoomed right out. It looks like Adams County, your heaviest rain is south and east of you, and you have some moderate showers getting a little bit closer to West Union at this point in time. Debbie's saying we didn't get anything in Warsaw. Yeah, a lot of people didn't get much today. Thanks for tuning in, though. Sam saying, hi, how is my good friend doing? Hope you're having a great Saturday. Enjoy this cool weather, because really, I'm assuming warm weather is going to be back by the end of the week. Summer's always going to go strong before the cool weather comes in the middle of September. I've experienced my fair share of Septembers here in the tri-state, and most of them have been very toasty. So let's bet on the safe side, middle of October there. Thanks for tuning in. Erica's clarifying, yeah, some roads are washed out where the Rankin house is. Oh, okay. That might be worth the call then from our newsroom because, I mean, yeah, it's a very flood-prone zone. Thank you for letting me know. I do appreciate it. Yeah, and Jenny's also tuning in from West Union, so that's around the same area, just a few miles north and east of where Erica's tuning in. And flooding is really bad already in West Union. Okay, good to know. If you guys have photos and you feel up to and you feel comfortable sharing them with us, I'm going to put a link here in our comments section because this gives us permission to use the photos on air and online, not just for me, but for all of our news producers as well. And of course, eyes on the ground truth is key in events like this. Okay. Erica and Jenny, I just went ahead and there it is. I'll pin the comment as well in case you are watching this live stream back and you have your own weather photos and videos that you want to share. You can just do so there at the link at our website, fox19.com/pics. Thank you both so much for your reports, and thank you for tuning in this afternoon in a little bit more of a sticky situation. Again, this is down towards Brown and Adams County where we've seen the heaviest rain moving through. Flood warning still in effect south of that area towards Robertson and Mason counties where things are a little bit drier just by comparison down that direction, but it's a little bit more of a light show south of both of those counties. All right, the time now is 6:23. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here. There's nothing strong, nothing severe in the area, just kind of a waiting game to see how round number 2 behaves. And the biggest thing with round number 2, you can see right over my shoulder here, the start of round number 2, if you will, going to be downpours, heavy rain on top of the heavy rain that we've received today, yesterday, and even parts of Friday. It's just going to exacerbate the flooding impacts. It's just going to enhance it, emphasize it, make it worse in spots where it's already been hit pretty hard. So we can also expect frequent lightning with this just because how humid it is, and maybe some stronger wind gusts too. Not out of the question. I'd say more the storm's going to just produce a lot of rain and some lightning too. Kind of like what we had moving through earlier, but more of an isolated threat. So, all right, I think that's enough from me. It's 6:24 this Sunday evening. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for your reports. Stay weather aware and have a great rest of your Sunday.